Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. I'm actually going to get you guys some messages from the Soul's Journey lesson cards here. And let's see what the advice is for today. I hope everybody's having an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, or whenever you're watching this message. All of my current followers, thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys are showing me. It is truly appreciated. Any new followers, welcome to the family. Hopefully I can get you guys some positive vibes and get you some wisdom to take with you along the way. All right. Okay. Get one more. Okay. Let's see what we got. So we have happiness, forgiveness, indecision, and guilt. Wow. Okay. So happiness says, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Then we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Then we have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. Then we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay. Well, let's just start with happiness here. So, with happiness, I will never forget the advice that I received when I was in college. This was decades ago. And I remember a friend of mine saying to me, he said, if you can't look yourself in the mirror and say and ask yourself, am I happy? And immediately answer yes, it means that you still have some work to do to find where you belong and what direction that you really need to be going in. And as simple as that may sound, all those years ago, when I asked myself that question, I couldn't immediately say yes. And it just completely gave me a completely different understanding and perspective on what happiness means. I think most of the time people rely on things, material things, our status in life, other people's validations to make us happy or make us feel like we're happy, I should say. But if you really think about all of those things that you're depending on to make you happy, all of those things can be taken away. Those material things can be lost, stolen. Those people who are validating you can turn into your enemy. So happiness actually starts with you. It comes from you and you knowing that you're going in the direction in life that you want. You're working towards a goal and the desire that you have that brings you inner joy. That's something that no one can take from you. All of those other illusions of happiness, those are all temporary and they can change from one day to the next. Then we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Absolutely. Everybody has been disappointed, let down, hurt, heartbroken by a situation, person, place, or thing. If you've been living on this earth long enough, it's happened, because nobody is perfect. And in some situations, it seems hard to forgive, because it's like, how can I forgive someone that was intentionally willing to harm me? How do you do that? But what I realized is the forgiveness was not really about them. The forgiveness was about me forgiving myself for not knowing any better, or not knowing how to deal with that situation, so that I wasn't in it in the first place. I had to forgive myself first. I had to stop being so hard on myself about choices that I made with an open heart, because I didn't realize that the person on the other end didn't have the same intention as me. I only knew what I knew at the time. And we all have to learn as we go. So forgiveness really is about letting yourself be free of resentment. You cannot change the other person. The forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. Okay? And then we have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Yes, we all have an inner compass that I think a lot of the times we ignore, because people make us question how we're feeling, which is interesting, because it's like, if you are not me, how could you actually know what I'm actually feeling? We always have that inner knowing. It's this gut feeling that's silent. If we're in a situation and we feel anxious or we don't feel at ease, it's telling you something. If we wake up every single day in a situation, in a life, in a marriage, at a job, and we are not overjoyed to be there, you know, maybe something needs to change in whatever way or aspect that is. But we always know. We just have to trust ourselves more and listen to it. And then we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. I think we've all grown up in, our culture. So certain cultures, ways of life, we've been told to believe certain things, think a certain way. We've been told, oh, if it looks like this, then you should think about it like that. But as we become our own person, as we grow and we gain our own knowledge, those things are going to change. Perspectives can change, and you shouldn't feel guilty about that you don't agree with the people you're probably most close to, family, friends, husband, wives, doesn't matter. There should never be any guilt felt about having your own thought or having your own mind and how you see things. Perspective is subjective to the individual. Not one person is going to think exactly like the next person. That's impossible. So don't feel guilty about having your own mind. It's actually the thing that might save you and make sure you're on the right path, your own path, and lead you to your actual happiness. All right, let me get you an angel number. If this message is resonating for you, I would really appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me. I would love for you to join the family so I can get you some more messages every day to help you. All right, let's see what the advice is. What is your angel number for today? And as you guys see these numbers, as you go through life on a daily basis, try to remember the message or come back to this message. And so you know what you need to do. And use it as a guidance system for you. Okay. Ooh, angel number 750. Limitless love. Love it. Love yourself and others freely. Your angels are asking you to practice unconditional love today, not only for others, but for yourself as well. Yes, forgiveness of self, you guys. You can only accept as much love from the outside world as you give yourself. Time to level up the amount you're willing to receive from within. Journal about how you feel and the vulnerability that occurs when demonstrating unconditional love to yourself and others. There you go. Love yourself enough first to find your happiness, to forgive yourself for being in situations that you didn't know any better, and trust your gut. You know how you feel, and no one else can tell you that. And don't feel guilty about the decisions that you make for yourself. This is your life, no one else's. All right. Well, that's all I have for today, guys. I hope this message was able to give you some food for thought. If there's someone you love that needs this message, please spread the love and share. But until next time, guys, bye. And P.S. You got this.